Jazakumullah khairan. Just a few points, inshallah, to just get out of the way, inshallah, from questions which have been repeatedly asked about. The issue of praying with the jama'ah or the 100,000 reward, there seems to be confusion, and also I think I've been misunderstood because there's an opinion that's circulating which I don't advocate. The 100,000 reward, okay, there's a difference of opinion between the scholars as to is it confined just to the mosque or does it extend to the whole sanctuary of the haram. Many scholars say it does extend to the whole sanctuary, not just to the mosque. And that's an opinion I think is quite strong. But that's a different discussion to the jama'ah at this masjid. Are you part of the jama'ah? If you remain in your hotel and you're not connected by the roads, okay, personally I don't see that as being part of the jama'ah. Okay, it's similar to somebody back home following the satellite recording or live link and praying. Okay, you need, if you want to be part of the jama'ah, okay, you need to actually be connected to the roads. And you need to make a good attempt. Don't just come out this hotel, for example, and you see this vertical column they have for the pavement. It extends all the way down, but everywhere else there are no roads. You need to walk a fair bit until you come to the body, the mass of the people who are, connected to the roads. Doesn't mean you need to identify and pinpoint the next possible space, but as long as you join the masses, okay? If you want the reward for the jama'ah. So the reward for the jama'ah is something different on top of the 100,000. And I hope that's clear, inshallah. Any questions on that?
So one of the conditions to basically join a jama'at would be that, for example, you need to be in a row that's not broken in the middle. Am I correct in understanding?
Yeah, you should be in rows, but like I said, it doesn't have to be exact. As long as you're more or less connected, you can see yourself that it's part of the jama'ah, inshallah. Otherwise, it would be too much to ask people, tell everyone that you have to go and pinpoint exact next open space, the very first one. That's that point. The other one is the bookshop. I know I sent some people there, and Zara here, one brother, he's told me, he came back to me, he said, I went there and I said, Sheikh Farid sent us. And then the person at the bookstore said, yes, mashallah, he owns the bookshops. So just to inform you that he happens to have the same name as I do. Okay, I know. He's from Burma. A very good brother. So I'm not trying to make a few bucks out of him, inshallah. The question which Bavais had about Bakka and Makkah, I had a quick look just now actually, on the detailed look. Some say, like I said, the name's just interchangeable. The Ba and the Mim, okay, they can be interchangeable for Bakka and Makkah. Some say that Bakka is where the Kaaba itself is, and everywhere else is Makkah. And some say Bakka is a part of the Haram and Makkah is the other part of the Haram. And some say Bakka is just another name alongside Makkah, and it comes from the word to mean to be congested because of the tawaf, the congested in the tawaf. And there are a few other opinions, inshallah. Yeah, obviously the brothers out here didn't have, I think I'll just make a point on the issue of the bookshop because it's worth pointing out because these are very important etiquettes. It's got nothing to do with what he said, but the issue of how easy a person can get the wrong understanding about something, yeah? Su'u dhan, okay, especially, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions the Quran, tells us to avoid having su'u dhan. Su'u dhan means to harbor ill thoughts about others. Once when the Prophet ﷺ was walking with his wife Safiya, after Fajr, two of the companions saw him, and then when they saw him with a lady, they started to walk away. And the Prophet commanded them, slow down. This is Safiya, my wife. And they said, words to the effect that they wouldn't have assumed anything else. And then the Prophet remarked that the shaitan, yajri majra dam, it flows in the son of Adam as the way blood flows. It's truly a sublime teaching, to always have good thoughts about our fellow brothers and sisters. So nothing to do with that. that issue of the bookshop that I thought I'd mention. It's something worthy mentioning. And in fact, in Surah Nur, there's a detailed account of the slander of Aisha, radiallahu ta'ala anha. If you haven't read about it, you should read about it. Yeah, when the hypocrites slandered Aisha, along with the companions of Safwan ibn Mu'tal, accused them of illicit relationships. And how some of the believers fell into that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala censured them in the Quran. And the manner, the way in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed it is quite amazing, really. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لولا إذ سمعتموه ظن المؤمنون والمؤمنات بأنفسهم خيرا. That if only when they'd heard of it, they had thought well of themselves and said, this is evident slander. The point here is in the choosing of the word here, thought well of themselves. Allah didn't say, if only they had thought well of Aisha and Safwan or others. Thought well of themselves. What does this mean? It means that just as you don't think that you would do something like that, likewise they wouldn't. And if you believe that they would do that with the iman that they possess, then what you're actually saying is that you would do that. Truly amazing. Truly amazing. You know, the Quran is full of so much wisdom, so much sublime teachings. And the Prophet said to us in the hadith, إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِيُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. I've only been sent to perfect the noble characteristics. And this is what he did. He didn't cancel everything the Quraysh and the Arabs were upon. The khair, he took it. The evil, he discarded. And the khair which he took, he made better. So these kinds of mannerisms are, not easy. We need to keep practicing them and helping ourselves, but they're not easy. They're not easy because some of these mannerisms, the reward is just Jannah, straight away. And just now recall a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ in which he said that he was sitting with the companions, and he said, there will appear before you a man for the people of Jannah. SubhanAllah, what an amazing statement which the Prophet ﷺ is making about someone who is walking on this earth. And the Prophet said, he is of the people of Jannah. So after a short while, someone appeared over the horizon walking towards the mosque to pray. He had his sandals in his left hand and water was dripping from his beard from having made wudu. The next day, the Prophet ﷺ made the same remark. The same man appeared. The third day, the same man appeared. By this time, the companions were across the Prophet ﷺ, really eager to find out what is it about this person. So when this man went home, Abdullah ibn Amr al-As, one of the companions, followed him and knocked on his door. And he actually invented a lie. He said, I've had a fallout with my father and I've got nowhere to go. So the man said, come inside. Host you, keep you for 3 days, 3 nights. So Abdullah says that he spent that time with him and he didn't see anything. He didn't see anything extra from him. No extra prayer or whatever in the middle of the night or anything like that. Other than the fact that he said sometimes when he would turn during the night, he'll remember Allah. That's all. So at the end of the 3 days and 3 nights, he actually confessed to him. He said, this is what the Prophet has said about you. So what is it about you? The man said, it is as you see. So Abdullah turned and started to go away. Then the man said, except. He said, except, I never go to sleep having any malice or anything evil in my heart for any Muslim. And I looked at him and said, and this is what we cannot handle. This is what we cannot achieve. So truly, truly amazing. These qualities. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives people just from even particular actions sometimes, particular actions of compassion or so on, Allah Azza wa Jal forgives them. So it's a reminder for ourselves, to think about these characteristics and develop them in ourselves.